I don't know if there's anything quite like Chesterton.
It's hard to put it all into just one sentence. I became a happier, more confident person, and it changed how I lived my life.
There's just this authenticity in the faith, and just like what their motto says, like the culture of life, actually living and pursuing what matters.
I think it's pretty safe to say Chesterton had a big role in how I turned out. All of the different aspects, from classes, from the people I encountered.
Great 4 years. There was a depth that I had been looking for, and I found that my 4 years here.
Absolutely, Chesterton Academy helped me discern my vocation. It was my freshman year teacher that made me fall in love with the liturgy of the hours. It was my theology and philosophy teachers that made me fall in love with those disciplines. And it was one of the teachers here that made me consider religious life for the first time.
Before coming to Chesterton, I was homeschooled. I was a very shy, quiet person, but the people here were just so incredibly kind and welcoming right off the bat. And it really just made the place feel like home right away.
I was a very angsty teenager, like dyed my hair, shaved my head, angsty. And so I think just having people around me that was like, okay, whatever you're doing, that's great, but let's read these good books and let's talk about good things. That really helped shape me to stop taking myself so heavily.
I am almost the exact opposite.
Yes.
I couldn't take anything seriously. Over the years, you figure out, hey, the stuff you're learning is important.
Having those examples in upperclassmen when I was, a freshman and sophomore, seeing, how devoted the teachers were at Mass every day.
They clearly hire people that believe the faith and then model it, both in their personal lives, but also just daily in classroom interactions.
There were priests and chaplains that would invite a group of guys to go watch an episode of the Band of Brothers and then just talk about it and just read some scripture together, and just being able to just build on the fruits of a community worshiping the Lord.
Grateful for the brotherhood that it's given me with all my friends.
Yeah. The godparents of our kids are Chesterton alumni.
Some of the greatest friendships I had were especially in my senior year here. And that kind of deep friendship could only come out of the fact that we also were sharing our spiritual ideals.
The virtues, what they are, an understanding of them. It's deliberately brought up.
I could walk into college classes, talk to my professor, and say, oh yeah, we learned this in high school. And they would always ask, well, what high school is teaching you about Aristotle, Nicomachean ethics,
I'm in some theology and philosophy courses where I'm thinking, I learned this a few years ago at high school, and what an honor that is.
Integrated curriculum.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't heard that in so long.
It takes me back.
Suddenly, I'm back. Dale's talking to me. You learn things in one class, they relate to another. I mean, it's how you think of things now as an adult.
The curriculum, I think, is one of the strongest points of Chesterton Academy. I was so fascinated by what I was learning that I remember there being a distinct point where I stopped learning just for myself and I started learning so that I could pass it on to others. That's kind of how my journey of faith at Chesterton went as well. That at a certain point, it wasn't just for me, but I needed to grow deeper in my faith so that I could pass it on to others.
My spiritual life really excelled at Chesterton. I just really enjoyed that it was just coming from all different angles.
Before Chesterton, I knew things about the faith, but I didn't ever put things into practice. Daily prayer and things like that became a lot more important, and through that, it changed how I interacted with people, and I really realized how important it would be for me to make faith the center of my life in college and then moving forward.
Daily Mass was so important to me. Being able to receive the Eucharist every day was such a blessing. It had a huge impact on my life.
Hearing the scriptures, daily prayer.
It was here that really got me into a regular habit of going to daily Mass and seeing how important the liturgy and the Mass is.
I think the biggest way the arts has come with me after Chesterton is I still sing in choir.
It got me into the church choir that I've been in for the last 4 years. Being able to sing all of that choral music every Sunday in Mass and elevate people's prayer and bring them closer to God has given me a lot of blessings as well. Senior year at Chesterton, we had a retreat. One of the alumni actually came and talked about the importance of going out into the world after high school, because it's really your first chance to make your faith your own.
I went to a public institution. I went to North Dakota State University. In college, you actually have to choose it. Chesterton really, with that foundation, set me off on a path where I wanted to learn more about my faith so I can know Jesus better, know my faith better.
In the military, having an understanding of why one should do something for a higher purpose, why one should be excellent, even if there's no reward in sight. I think that that's a grounding that Chesterton helped solidify for me.
I help a lot of homeless people, a lot of people on meth, and just seeing them as people is really important. And I think that faith aspect that came in from Chesterton at a young age really helps me to kind of help them.
Being Catholic is not very common in our office. It kind of has made me distinct as the resident Catholic, I think, when people have questions. Chesterton definitely gave me that solid foundation, being Christ-centered even when the people around me might not be.
I ended up going to the University of Minnesota, and starting off freshman year, I was really focused on going to church and finding my communities there, especially in all the difficulties of just starting off in a new place. It didn't discourage me because I had all of my teaching at Chesterton, and it really gave me a lot of encouragement and comfort when I was going through hard times.
That still ties into praying every night as a family, going to mass every week, being patient with each other, and our 2 kids.
Simply living virtuously, living with joy. On multiple occasions, I have been asked, what leads you to this? What has your demeanor right? And that opens up the opportunity to have a conversation. That's a grounding that Chesterton helped solidify for me.
Chesterton is so unique. There's a reason there's a whole network based off of the one school.
I had a lot of friends in my life that went to other small startup Catholic schools. Those schools would reach a certain point and then either end up failing or where they just don't grow any larger. And Chesterton's the only one that I've seen that has kept growing. I think the biggest reason is that the Mass is the center of every day. The fact that the curriculum invites you to read these great books, and that the arts are not extracurriculars, but they are also part of your education.
If a donor asks me why they should donate to Chesterton Academy, I would tell them they're supporting a mission that's growing and flourishing, and that is not only needed in this time, but young people are longing for.
Chesterton Academy genuinely cares about you as a person. It very intentionally sets you up for success in the future, in not just your career, but in your ultimate vocation of the call to holiness.